Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, everyone has joined. You want to wait for another minute?
Yes, Mataji, we can wait another 1 minute. Yeah, 1-2 minutes. Yes, Mataji, 7:20, we can start.
Okay. Okay, great. Oh, Krishna. ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं भङ्गं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी भाषायतवेष्टारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर गौर हरे कृष्ण श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण। Thank you all so much for joining. I see everyone has come today. So we are continuing our series on Narada and Dhruva. The life of great devotees, focusing on the beautiful pastimes of Narada Muni, how he has influenced the life of many, many people. So that is what we have been seeing. I think this is in the Narada and Dhruva series. Today is going to be the 4th session. So icebreaker, before we get into the actual content of today's class. Now you all can raise hands, everyone can take turns, and we are going to discuss. Share an incident where you have been favored or rejected by a friend or a group of friends or someone whom you love a lot, like your parents or your grandparents or your neighbors, whoever it could be. So you can either talk of a positive experience or a negative experience. But actually, let's do negative. Okay, like if you were not treated well, if you felt left out, just tell us how you felt, how you feel when such a thing happens. And of course, if there is a positive experience, you can see that too for a comparison. So you can say both. So you can take turns and open your minds, open your hearts. Sensitive topic. Okay, start with something you like. I mean, where you felt wanted, where you were loved. Okay. Vinitha Mataji. I know you'll break the ice. Good girl. Go ahead, Mataji.
Mataji, Bala Vrinda, and then me, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, so so I have a friend Salwa. She helped me whenever I got hurt, and she always plays with me. And she like when in first grade, second grade, I always play with her. She's from Pakistan, and she's the mostly the friend that I always play with.
So he helps you when you're hurt. At the same time, he's the friend.
She.
And you always fight with her as well. But she's always there by your side. Very nice. So when you're hurt, she says some nice words to make you feel better. Right? That's a very nice feeling. Very nice. That's what friends are about, right? When you have an issue, you can go open up to them and they console you and they make you feel better. Very nice. Balavranda. Then
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. Now I just want to share. Yeah, Mataji, favorable friends from our Bhakti Sangha group. There are many, many examples like how we help each other. Basically, my best thing is when I was looking for my initiation, I had the helping hands. All the devotees lift up me and make me go through the path of my spiritual realization, where I could get initiation from my Guru Maharaj. Very grateful to Preethi Villasini Mataji, Sita Preethi Mataji. That's what I just want to share. Thank you.
Evil. Thank you so much, Mataji. Others. Okay, I'm going to call names now. Chinmay.
Yes, Mataji. Actually, the reason why I didn't raise my hand yet is because I have a positive one, but I was just thinking of a negative one. So I'll share the positive.
Okay.
So this time, me and my friend were kind of close, and at that time there weren't like many people who were good in a few subjects. So we both used to be good in a few subjects, and in lunch, the period before lunch, there was like a small fight. It was a jovial fight. We didn't like fight so badly. We were still laughing at each other. And then what happened was the whole class divided into two groups. And the whole lunch, they were all sitting somewhere else and we were all sitting somewhere else. So it was like some people supported me and they supported her.
Oh, so the way you both got back together is because you both were made to sit together?
Well, actually, we're cousins, so it was just a jovial fight. We were just arguing.
So you later patched up?
Yeah.
Very nice, Chinmay. Very sweet. Very, very sweet. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. That was sweet. Yeah, Suraj.
Yes.
Yes, scientist. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for me being favored or rejected, well, I've been favored many times, but in different ways.
Okay. Can you share?
And yeah, so one of them is where like playing this game in like hide and seek. It's different. I'm not sure if this is kind of cheating, but well, after you get if you're found, you have to help the person who hides find everyone else. Okay. But like the thing was I asked my friend to not tell where I was, even if they were found first, and they didn't.
And
That's it. I was favored.
You were favored. You know something, Suraj, I want to tell you one story. This is a story that is not really there in Srimad Bhagavatam, but it is told by some of the South Indian saints called as Alvars, okay, in their writings. It's about Krishna. Mm. So, Krishna, when he was a baby, you know that he steals butter and then he does a lot of pranks and he gets into trouble, right? So when he was a baby, his mother was chasing him because he did a lot of mischief. And some of the gopis, he went in trouble, the older gopis, and the older gopis took sticks and they ran behind Krishna because he was being so naughty. So at that time, Krishna, being afraid, he goes and he sees a person who's selling pots. Okay. Traditionally in India, they make pots with clay. Mm. So he goes to this person. The person's name is Dhadi Panda. His name is because he would sell dadi. Dadi is yogurt. So he would sell yogurt in those pots. So he went running and he saw these huge pots. Some of the pots were empty. So he went and he asked this pot come yogurt seller, can you hide? I want to get into one of the spots and I want to hide because I'm being chased by the older gopis and my mother. So can I get into the spot and can I be protected? So the Adipandan says, okay, come get into the spot. And then he's saved, he's favored. Mother Yashoda is not able to find Krishna. And just like your hide and seek game, Krishna escapes. Okay, he gets favored. But then after when he wants to come out, when all the gopis go away and when Mother Yashoda goes away, when he wants to come out, this Dadipandan doesn't release him. And then he says, okay, if you have to be released by me, you should release me from the bondage of this world. And of course, Krishna comes out and he grants liberation to Dadipandan. Not only that, Dadipandan has another clause. He says, you should not only liberate me from the bondage of this world, you should also liberate the pot. He asks for liberation for the pot because the pot was instrumental in hiding Krishna. So both Dadipandan and the pot served Krishna, right? So he requested for liberation, and it is said that today or tomorrow or in the future, whoever goes to the spiritual world, they will even find that pot that hid Krishna. So very similar to your story of hide and seek. So what did Dadipandan do? He favored Krishna by allowing him to hide.
I have
Thanks.
another question.
Uh-huh.
If his name is Dadi Panda and he sells yogurt, then didn't Krishna eat the yogurt inside?
Maybe he did. Actually, I don't know. I just said the meaning
I
of that.
thought it would be more like Krishna comes. Okay, he asks, "Can I hide inside the pot?" Suddenly, when he comes out, all the stuff inside the pot disappears.
I agree. Very nice, very nice. Interesting, Suraj. Good one. Karthik. Today is your second class, Karthik. Would you like to share something? Come on, unmute. Okay, Karthik is taking a lot of time. Who is Sunil? Is it somebody else in the name of Sunil? Okay. Tulsi Manjari. Tulsi Manjari.
This class is quiet.
Yeah, everybody is so quiet today. Okay, we'll move ahead after the icebreaker.
Mataji, Tulsi Manjari said yes, Mataji.
Oh, she said, okay.
Yeah. She just said.
Okay, Tulsi Manjari, do you have anything to share?
For the icebreaker. I guess Well, do I share like a good experience?
Of course, you
Or-
can. I know nobody wants to share the bad experience, but good experience is good enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like I guess it's sort of hard to say, but like well, my best friend and like me, we're almost always like get along real well, but then sometimes we have like little fights in between. And then but then we usually like make up afterwards, and like we usually laugh about how ridiculous most of our fights were. And like I have experiences, and like Suraj said too, it's like I in like games when we play, like some friends like chose to help me, like be
Yeah,
on my side and stuff. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much it.
very nice. Thank you, Tulsi Manjari. Thank you so much. How about Hari Priya? Hari Priya, can you read the question on the screen? So, share an incident where you've been favored or rejected by a friend or a group of friends or by your parents or by your relatives, or it can be anybody. It can be a positive.
Can I have a few minutes to think?
Yes, of course, you can. And Sunil, who's Sunil? Can you unmute and introduce yourself? Okay, Karthik and Sunil are not unmuting. Okay, Haripriya, would you like to give it a shot? Karthik, I would rather not. Does a good experience.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I
Yeah.
think this happened a few times. It's not really being like favored or rejected or anything, but many times like a friend or someone comes over and then they see another one of their friends, or they see like my older sister and they go to talk to them, talk to her, and then like when we're eating prasadam, I'm just sitting there and sadly eating my prasadam and everyone around me is talking.
Oh, I know how it feels. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Haripriya. I mean, I understand that. Generally, especially in a bhakti rickshaw or a crowd of people or a home program, it oftentimes happens that one or two of them, for some reason, they are just alienated. We don't even know why. So that's a very sad feeling. Yeah, I agree. Yes, Haripriya. I thought I tried to unmute Karthik and Sunil, but it's like Karthik texted. So anyway, we'll move ahead and let's look into the story of Dhruva Maharaj. So in our previous session, we saw that Narada Muni advised Dhruva Maharaj to go to a secluded place on the banks of the river Yamuna in Mathura, and he was asked to meditate on the Supreme Lord and follow a particular process of Ashtanga Yoga, where he actually makes a deity and he worships the Lord and he thinks about the Lord and he chants the Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya mantra. So we saw how Narada Muni instructed Dhruva Maharaj on the process of attaining the Lord, right? And in our previous session, we also discussed the glories of different rivers. We did rivers and civilizations. So it was all about rivers, about respecting rivers. Now let's proceed further and see what else happened in that situation. What happened? So Dhruva Maharaj, he left the forest and he encountered Narada Muni, and Narada Muni gave him the process and he started his bhakti yoga process. Okay, so he was directly thinking about the Lord, he was chanting the mantra, he was worshipping the deity, and it went on for a while. So Narada Muni was very curious about things back in the palace. So Uttanapada was the father of Dhruva Maharaj, and you all know his two wives were Suruchi and Suniti, right? So Suruchi was the stepmother of Dhruva. She was also the mother of the second child of Uttanapada, who's Uttama. Hmm? So now the Suruchi, she was the one who spoke harsh words to Dhruva Maharaj, and Dhruva Maharaj left home and he went to the forest and he began this process. So Narada Muni wanted to know, now that he had met Dhruva and he had initiated him in very nicely, he wanted to go back to the palace and see the events there. So Narada, he shows up at the palace and he begins to talk to King Uttanapada. So he says, my dear king, you appear very sad, your face is withering up, and it appears that you've been thinking about something, you're lost in all thoughts. So tell me, what's the problem? What has hampered your life? Is your dharma, artha, kama, moksha, all of these, interesting things in life going fine? Are you okay? So Narada Muni very well knew the reason why Uttanapada was sad, but he wanted Uttanapada to open up and speak. So sometimes this happens to us too. We know why a person is sad or why a person is happy, but we go and ask them, oh, what happened? Why are you sad? Or why are you happy? Why do we do that? We do that because we want them to open up, start a conversation. Like we want to start with an icebreaker. We want them to feel light so that they open their hearts, they tell us their problem, and they feel light in heart. So out of goodwill, Narada Muni, he goes and he inquires from Uttanapada. So immediately Uttanapada, because someone is asking him, sharing some affection with him, he opens up his heart and he tells Narada, oh, best of the Brahmanas, actually, it is my fault. Everything is my fault. Because I'm very addicted to my wife Suruchi, I've become so fallen. I did not even display good character. I did not show any mercy even to a person who was born from me, my own child. And this child was just 5 years old. To such a delicate little child, what did I do? I banished him. I rejected his mother, even though I knew very well that this boy was a great devotee of the Lord. So doing mistakes knowingly, right? So Uttanapada is telling, I know very well Suniti and her son Dhruva, they are great devotees, they are great souls. But knowingly I did a mistake. Why? Because I was attached to something else. Because I was very attached to my other wife. So again, this happens oftentimes in relationships. Many of us must have experienced. Sometimes there is a very nice well-wisher of ours, but that person is very attached to the person who is who probably is not our friend or who's not favoring us. So in the name of taking care of the other person, sometimes we are rejected irrationally without any proper logic, right? It happens to everybody. But at this point in time, Uttanapada was telling it was my mistake. Just because I have attachment in something else, I rejected something very special. We also do that, right? Because of our attachment of this in this world, we have so many attachments. We reject the higher purpose in life, which is Krishna consciousness or doing devotion. Sometimes we think, oh, it's a burden to chant our rounds. Oh, it is a burden to do seva. I'd rather sit and binge watch something on my phone. Why? Because I'm addicted to that. I'm addicted to seeing those reels or eating popcorn or whatever it is, do enjoying life basically. So we are addicted to that. So we willingly reject something higher. And that is a very sad situation. Knowingly, willingly, we try to reject that which is good. So similarly, Uttanapada, he's telling, actually, I did a mistake and I know, and I willingly rejected that little boy. And he begins to think about the glories of his child. He says, oh, my boy was just 5 years old. His face was like a lotus flower. And I'm so worried now. I'm thinking about his condition. So now the affection began to sprout. He was first feeling guilty. And now the affection was thinking, oh, actually, he's a delicate child. He's just 5 years old. He'll be unprotected. Maybe he's hungry. I heard he went to the forest. Maybe he's hungry. Maybe he's lying down somewhere in the forest. The wolves and the wild animals could have attacked him. So he got really scared and he began to worry about his child. So Because of our intense attachment to other things in life, sometimes we ignore something very, very special, and then we begin to lament, thinking that actually what we ignored is the true wealth. It is actually that is the thing that we ignored the most, is actually the most precious thing in our life. So like that, Utthanapada was thinking, actually I ignored Dhruva, but actually Dhruva is so precious. And now I am missing him. What will happen if I don't see Dhruva again? So he laments and he says, I was hurt by my wife. And what a cruel person I have been. Hmm? That little child, he wanted to come and sit on my lap. I did not even receive him. I did not even pat him for a moment. I didn't do anything for him. How hard-hearted I am. Actually, when Prahlad Maharaj goes and sits on the lap of his father, of course, before the three incidents, when Prahlad speaks to his father, there are three incidents recorded. First time he tells that when his father asks him, what did you learn at school? Right? That happens three times. But Bhagavatam explains when Prahlad came and sat on his father's lap, Hiranyakashipu smelled the head of Prahlad and patted him. Even Hiranyakashipu, that is the nature of a father. Right? The nature of a father is to show automatic affection towards the son. At least initially he was showing affection, then he wanted to kill his son in various ways. That is a different story. But look at the situation of Uttanapada. He was so scared. He was so attached to Suruchi that he did not want to earn her ill will. So he was so scared that he will displease Suruchi. So he didn't even show affection to his own child. This is the power of attachment to wrong things. So anyway, wrong things for wrong people. So he was lamenting. He said, I didn't even take care of my little child. He tried to come and sit on my lap. I did not receive him. I did not even pat him. How hard-hearted I am. So at that time, Narada Muni, he tells him, my dear king, don't worry. Don't be so aggrieved about your son. Huh? I have information about him. I know that you don't have information about him and you are lamenting and repenting now. At least he was lamenting and repenting, right? So Narada Muni says, that's good. Now that you have realized your mistake and you're lamenting for him, don't worry. Dhruva is in good hands. He's well protected by the Supreme Lord, and already he started performing this wonderful sadhana that very soon his reputation will spread all over the world. So being a good counselor, Narada Muni goes and counsels a person who is lamenting and so that is what Narada is doing here. So now let's see our group dance. Group 1. You will collect references of how a person was influenced negatively, okay, and they behaved in a wrong way, and a list of persons who were influenced positively and what good things they did after being influenced by another person in a positive way. Group 2 will discuss solutions for people who come to you for help after being treated unfairly. Just like how Dhruva was not treated well, and of course, he didn't go for a solution. He already had a solution in mind that he wanted to attain a kingdom greater than his grandfather, but Narada Muni guided him. So I want you to do counseling. If you were a counselor, group 2, what are the different solutions you would give to people who are not treated well? So what you're going to do, group 2, is you're going to come up with different situations of being unfairly treated, and you're going to brainstorm and find solutions to each of these problems, how you will counsel the person who is venting out to you. Okay. Haripriya, I guess what's the question?
This group 2's do our answers have to be material or spiritual?
It can be anything, because most of these are, you can take inspiration from scripture, but try to talk about real life, situations. It can be imaginary situations, but we have to apply this in real life. So you can take inspiration from scripture. You can say 2-3 examples from scripture and 4-5 examples from real life. Okay.
So group 1 is scriptural and group 2 is like real life.
That's what I was thinking. But if you think you can you can draw a parallel. You can say, okay, actually a similar thing happened in this devotee's life. So I am taking inspiration from this devotee and I'm giving solution. Like that also. Okay. Did that make sense? Okay.
So, Mataji, I'm opening up the room. And the one who's going to the other room is a group 2, and the one who's staying here is a group 1. I'm opening the rooms. Okay. So we see. Okay, Mataji, we have Sunil who is not talking. I just put in the room, but they're not moving. Karthik is here only. She'll be here. Tulsi Manjari, you have to move to breakout, right? Why are you not moving? Suraj alone went there. Tulsi Manjari. Okay, she went. Okay. I will also go there, Mataji. Here we have Chinmaya and Haripriya who are active.
Yeah.
There also Suraj and Tulsi Manjari, but I'll go there. Okay, Mataji?
Okay. So then group 1, you will collect references of how a person was influenced negatively, maybe a few, like 3-4. Actually concentrate on the negative, and then you can talk a little about the positive as well. So Haripriya, did you want to do the task on the other group?
I didn't have any preference.
Okay, good. So anyhow, you came here by Krishna's arrangement. So you stay here. Okay.
Chinmay, would it be possible for you to share the screen, because I can't share the screen and talk at the same time?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just check if I have the docs and this.
If you want, I can send a doc like in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna share. Would you be able to share? It's saying that it needs my email ID and everything.
I sent the link in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all you have to do is share the screen if that's possible.
Okay.
Okay, so like she said to focus on negatives, right? Like
Yeah.
people being influenced. So I had like this really like obvious one, which was Kaikeyi and Manthara.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that would work.
Oh, yeah, I'm just about to share the screen. I'm sorry, I'm not able to share my screen.
Okay. Then I'll join from a different device. Or what I'll do, I'll join from a different device and have that be my audio.
Wait, Karthik is sharing.
Okay, then that's fine.
Yeah. Kaikeyi and yeah. So we're group 1, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we just have to like write their names or explain in brief what happened?
I mean, like, I think in general, from what I've seen in the other presentations, feel like it's better if you write down a little and explain more.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like how Kaikeyi got influenced by Manthara.
I mean, that's basically the whole thing. How
Yeah.
Kaikeyi got influenced by
That's like a
Manthara.
perfect example. Mm.
In bad influence.
She have what kind of power? Like he is influenced by it.
Yeah, you could add that.
And
You could do Ashwatthama getting influenced by Duryodhana.
mm, mm. Can we do Ravanasura getting influenced by his sister? What's his sister name?
Ashurpanaka?
No, Shurpanaka. But I don't know if it's a good one.
They both are already pretty bad.
Yeah, that's right.
If we can't think of any negatives, we could do positive.
Yeah. So positive. Someone who's bad. Vali and Sugriva were one of them were influenced by Rama, right?
Sugriva was in. Yeah, Sugriva, he like. Sugriva kind of became Rama's like friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would work. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one would also work.
How about Parikshit? But there wasn't a specific person who he was influenced by.
Yeah. He was already very like righteous and
Yeah.
he only just listened to Srimad Bhagavatam and was Krishna conscious toward the end of his life. You said, I already forgot what you said. Drita. How is Duryodhana positive though?
Mm.
Oh, Dhritarashtra influenced by Vidura. I'll write that.
Um, you know that brother of Ravanasura who came to Rama before the
Uh,
war?
Vibhishana?
Yeah, Vibhishana. Vibhishana. Can we say he was influenced by Rama or by Rama's victory? Not victory, but
Like Vibhishana got influenced by Rama. Yeah, I think that.
I mean, Krishna killing all the demons is also like liberating them.
I'm trying to think of more negatives because she said to focus on those. Is there anything I could use from Chaitanya Leela?
Yeah, you know that I'm not getting names today.
How did
I,
Karna negatively influence Duryodhana? Like, what did he do? Okay, the other way around, the other makes more sense. He negatively influenced like all his
Nityananda Prabhu influences Jagai and Madai. Positive.
was it? Jagai 7 Madhai. Why do these bullet points keep deleting?
Maybe we can also. Did Mataji say that we needed to do them from the scriptures?
She said like she was thinking the first group was more like scripture and the second group was real life examples.
Okay.
Negatives. I'm gonna try to think of negatives. Negative. Negative. I'm thinking.
Marichi was influenced by Ravana.
Yeah. I don't know if this would really count, but like I don't remember when this was. It was after Kamsa refused to kill the first child of Vasudeva and Devaki. Like his ministers and people, they told him to do it, and they also told him to like kill all the brahmanas and stuff. I don't know where that was, but
Is that
yeah,
possible?
basically he followed the advice of his demoniac friends. Yeah, I found the place where that it comes from.
Mhm. But would it come in positive? Kamsa being influenced by his ministers?
Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying maybe it would come in positive.
How would that be positive? Because yeah, they advised him to do something. Yeah, it said like he's. They said that they should kill all of the children born in the past 10 days,
Oh,
and to kill the brahmanas, the cows. They said this.
okay. I thought it was like they said not to kill the first child.
No,
Yeah, it's negative. I think it would be okay.
let me see if I can find it. Ministers comes as ministers.
I got a positive one.
Who is it?
It's Prahlad Maharaj influencing his friends in school and
Oh
his
yeah.
teachers.
Well, his teacher he didn't really influence.
Yeah.
How is Krishna and Duryodhana? Like, I get that Krishna tried to advise Duryodhana, but none of it really went in. Like, none of it was actually influence. I mean, yeah, he did hear it, but he didn't get influenced by it.
I'm not good in Mahabharata. Hmm. Meaning negative. Hmm. How much time do we have left?
I don't know. When are we supposed to be done?
I don't know. I think we'll have like 10 minutes. left.
10 minutes to like finish writing or 10 minutes to actually present?
10 minutes to finish writing, I think.
Or
Okay.
maybe end the class. I mean, if you guys are done, I'll close the rooms.
We're still trying to think of like some negative ones, unless this is enough.
Okay.
um,
Let me go
yeah. Yeah, Duryodhana's mother advising Duryodhana, I think it comes in positive. Did the other group finish? Hmm.
Okay, kids, the other team is also coming, so we will get the discussion started.
Can I just decide who says what?
Yeah, go ahead.
How are Prahalada and Kamsa related?
Huh?
I think somebody wrote that.
Okay. I added Shakuni to the Kauravas for negative, but that will be fine.
Mataji, Preethi Villasini Mataji.
Yeah.
Actually, Sunil is a Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I came to know now in the breakout.
He texted.
Oh, okay. You got that text. Okay. He was telling I texted, so I didn't get that.
Okay.
Okay, who wants to say what?
So, Vinita Mataji's team has decided who's going to say what?
I think Suraj will color. Suraj, can you do it for us? We didn't decide that. You always do good job.
Yes, Mataji.
There's 12, so maybe we'll have 4 per person. Can I be green? Green is this one.
I'll be blue then.
Okay. Okay, I think we've decided. Also, the last one I added negative. Is that fine?
Yeah.
So we'll get group 1 started. You can start your present.
Yes, Mataji. So we have got a few examples from the scriptures of negative influence and positive influence. So the first one is negative. So how Mantra influenced Kaikeyi to banish Rama for like 14 years. And then Duryodhana and Ashwadama. Duryodhana influenced Ashwadama. And Duryodhana also influenced Karna. And Ravana influenced Maricha. So when Maricha had transformed into a devotee, but Ravana had a bad influence on him. So he didn't have another option. So he transformed into that magical or enchanted deer.
Very nice. Very nice.
And the next negative influence was Kamsa's ministers to Kamsa, like after the birth of Lord Krishna, because they advised him to not only try to kill Krishna, but also like all the children who had been born in everywhere within the past 10 days, and also to kill the brahmanas and cows and so many other like very auspicious religious like people and symbols and stuff. And yeah, so they influenced him in this way. And next is Shakuni to the Kauravas. So Shakuni, like the Kauravas, Shakuni influenced the Kauravas in a bad way, and he also like came up with a lot of like the tricks and conspiracies for their side.
Yeah.
So that's one way that he
Yeah.
influenced them.
Excellent. So when you were talking about Kamsa's ministers and Kamsa, I wanted to bring up this point that this happens in the case of Ravana too. So when Ravana calls his ministers for a meeting, just like how Kamsa, he consults with his ministers, right? What happens is sometimes we may have a lot of people who are following us. But the people who are following us, like the ministers of all these demoniac people, their mood is somehow or the other to just glorify and encourage the wrongdoing of their leader. Hmm. They just keep singing the praises of their leader, knowing that he's doing something wrong. They just want to show their unnecessary loyalty. They are definitely not true well wishers, right? This happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. So just to give Kamsa a high pedestal, they encourage him. They say, "Oh, you're so strong. You're so good. You should do this. You should do that. Very good." And they begin to encourage the wrongdoing, even though they may know it's wrong. They still encourage so that they get the benefit of being with the king, and they get all the whatever, like good money, land, whatever they are looking out for. So they feel even if this person is doing wrong, we should encourage him. So generally, if a king is surrounded by foolish ministers, that king will become completely corrupt. Ministers in a kingdom should be very wise. If the king is doing something wrong, they should take the position of correcting them. That's why traditionally Brahmanas were the ones whom the kings would consult. Great sages, not just ordinary Brahmanas. We're talking about great sages. Why? Because they had the wisdom. You should never keep people around you who are foolish and who will simply encourage you in whatever nonsense you're doing. You all know the story of Poundraka Vasudev, right? He was a fool, but the people around him, they were bigger fools because they were encouraging him, telling, "Oh, yes, 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 you're only Vasudeva, you're only Vasudeva," like that. So the association we keep is very important. The kind of advisors we keep are very important. Human tendency is if someone is praising us and telling nice things about us and lifting up our ego, we like to associate with them, even if we are doing something wrong. But real advisors are those who will correct us when we go. Okay, very nice. Good thinking, very nice. Good examples, go for positive.
Okay, so the positive examples, one of them is Narada and Kayadu, Narada to Kayadu, and also Prahlad Maharaj. So like even though she was a very like evil devotee's, not devotee, demon's wife, Narada, he because he like imparted the knowledge of Krishna consciousness to her, not only she was benefited, but also her son in the womb was benefited, and he became a very great devotee. And then next was Vidura to Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra was very partial to his sons, and after everything, he was lamenting and he was very sad. So then Vidura advised him to like meditate on the Lord, and then they all went to the forest together.
Excellent. See, this is an ideal minister. Vidura was a minister, but he always spoke the harsh reality. Very good. Next, go ahead for the next few months. Next person.
So Rama to be Vishana.
Mhm.
And when Nityananda Prabhu was advising Jagai and Madai after they had attacked him, I think it was after, when Prahlad was in school, when the teachers went away, he started advising his classmates to chant Hare Krishna. And when Gandhari asked Duryodhana to meet her, and she advised him.
Interesting. Gandhari advising Duryodhana. I don't remember the exact context, but Yeah, something to ponder about. Yeah, generally, a mother will definitely say good things for her children. Good, very nice. I liked all the three of your work, your examples that you all gave. Very good brainstorming, very, very nice. And I see that you've taken examples from different scriptures with a lot of flavors. Thank you so much. Excellent job, as always. Very good. Good job. Now, group 2 will present.
Okay, so people in group 2, please look at the key and read appropriately.
Great.
They didn't put my name and I'm gonna cry today.
Oh, Mataji will give her expert opinion after everybody speaks, okay?
Okay.
So
Okay,
things to do. Yes. Things to do when a heartbroken or lonely person is coming to you for help. So the first one is to console them. So just like be nice to them, just console them. Then give them gifts to make them happy or anything they would like so they would feel better. And try to empathize with them and see the situation from their eyes.
very nice.
And not judge. So,
That's it. Very nice, Tulsi Manjari. And not judge. That's what people want. They just want to open up. Sometimes people don't want advice, right? We don't want advice. We just want someone to hear us. That's all. We are not looking for an advice. We want to pour out and we want them to empathize with us. Empathize. So empathize means feeling the pain of the other person, not just, saying sympathetic words. Oh, so sad. So sad, no? That is not enough. You should put yourself in the shoes of that person and feel the pain of that person and listen to that person. Give nice gifts. I like that. You know what is the best gift? Cook something and give them. Make them happy, make them eat well. Console them. Very nice. This is the first things you should do. You've actually written it pretty much in order. Very nice. You listen to them. Yes, very good. Go ahead. Who's the green one? Suraj.
So another few things to do when a lonely person is coming to you for help is give them good advice. Like if you give them good advice, they'll start to understand the situation and slowly they'll start to feel better.
You should give good advice at the right time appropriately. Very nice. Good job, Suraj. Yes. Then, so that
you should speak for them if they're like being if someone is weak and then like people are trying to like fight against them, you should sort of speak for them or support them in a positive way.
yes, that is so important. People feel so lonely, they feel they have nobody. But if someone stands up for them, they feel so good, no? They feel so good. Oh, I have people to support me. I have people who love me. Very nice. They should feel loved. Nice. Go
And
ahead.
then there's this other one. You can become friends with them. It's not really practical, but in some situations, becoming friends with them is pretty effective.
It is, I agree. Yeah. Good. Very nice. I like the way you all have thought so far. Then. Sunil. Sunil Prabhu or Vinita Mataji, one of you can go ahead.
Yes, Sunil Prabhu unmuted, Mataji. Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Yes, Hare Krishna. I see, listen to them, that to make them feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So in this way, we can share their feelings and help them. Yes, I don't know in what sense. First, we have to check what help does he need, what is proper.
Yeah, appropriate help, right? Sometimes it's not just venting out, it's also seeking out help, and we need somebody to help us cross a problem. So active help is always encouraged. If we cannot, then we take them, right, to somebody to help them.
Yeah, like to someone who is senior.
Yes, someone who's senior. If we cannot help, we can at least point direction where they can find help. Oh, so nicely, so systematically you've thought through the entire thing. And I somehow feel it is a lot in order of reaction, how you react when someone comes.
Yes. And to Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, she did pretty much half of it, and then we didn't give her credit.
Yeah, you're such a nice child. You're telling that she did it. So, Anita Gandharvika Mataji, we would like to hear your comments.
Yeah, very, very beautiful, Suraj. You always work very hard. That's why I would like to be always in your team. I like your hard work. I wanted to see because you are the smallest, I feel, in the group because I've been seeing you from Damodar. That's why you are smallest kid for me in this class. Yeah, very, very good work, Suraj. You are giving credit to me, but you wrote it very nicely. Tulsi Manjari and Prabhuji also gave us some points. Thank you. And even I was thinking of how Rama was doing it to Sugriva, right, Mataji? When he was having helpless situation. I mean, Vali cheated and took away everything. Rama gave the support and helped Sugriva. That incident I was trying to tell to Suraj, but he said it will take time to explain. Then I said, okay, Suraj. So that's the another incident I was thinking of. Yeah, Mataji. Even the other one also, they also wrote that, right? How Vibhishan, when he came to the Rama's place to be as a friend, everybody was rejecting from Rama's party, saying that he's Ravana's friend. I mean, Ravana's party, Ravana's brother. But then Rama said, no, I believe him. So that kind. That also I felt like we can learn
Very,
from there also something. Yeah.
yeah, beautiful, because that's what real support is, right? Even when 100 people are rejecting you, you embrace them, you give them your affection, and you do something for them. That is so good. Very nice, excellent scriptural idea, Mataji.
Yeah.
Scriptural.
Thank you, Mataji. And even team one, as always, you are very, very excellent. Getting directly from the scriptures, you quote from where you are taking that. Always wonderful. I appreciate you, and I would say that I cannot do like you guys. Wonderful job. A lot of things to learn from you. Team one is always awesome. Hari bol.
Very good. Very nice. Anyone else from team two would like to say a few things about team one?
Yeah, Team One was great. I remembered so many different stories after listening to them present.
Very good, Suraj. Very good. Yes.
Yeah, there were some really creative and innovative like subjects. I love how they like quoted from the scriptures, of course, too. So yeah.
Creative and innovative, that is true. They didn't just stick to one style, they explored different topics from different scriptures. Very nice. Yes, those you mentioned. Okay, so now team one, talk about team two. That's team one.
I liked how they had them in order, and most of them had like if we have a situation like that where somebody comes to us for like counseling, so like you can, these are stuff that you can do to help them out. It's not like, okay, we can do that, we can do this. It's something that we can actually do.
Actually do. Yes, very practical. You're right, Chinmay.
I also like how they highlighted it.
Yeah. Yes, Chinmay. Yeah, very, very practically they had to give an ideas. I liked it. Who else?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna team too. I think you did a very good job. It's like very brief, but it also gets the point across. It's like Chinmay said, it's practical, something we can actually do instead of something impossible. And also, you have a lot of things, and even if we can't do some of them, we can do the other ones. So having a lot is really helpful.
Correct. Agreed. Yes, yes. If you cannot do one, you can do the others. Agreed. Lovely. Very nice. So great job, everybody. And you all
Madhji, I just want to add one more point for our group. It's like sometimes when other person comes and tells that they are ill-treated or they were not given an importance or helped, so immediately we should not speak about them bad. And not only the person who came and the person who ill-treated that person. Then there is no difference between them and us, right? We should not say, oh, okay, that person is like that only. Okay, he always ill treats everyone. I understand your situation. We should not be like that. We should not try to see negative on others, but we try to console them in a right way, but not put blame on the other person and try to be bad to the other person who ill treated. It's not the right way of approaching. Yeah.
very nice, Mataji. Very true also. Thank you. Beautiful. So excellent job. Let's finish off the summary and we'll end today's session. So here is the summary. Okay. See what happened in the case of Uttanapada. Uttanapada, he reacted in haste, meaning he decided to ignore Dhruva because he was very worried that he will displease his wife, right? So he was reacting in haste and he repented in leisure. After everything was over and Dhruva went to the forest, he started repenting. This is what most of us do. But what should we actually be doing? We should think before acting. And first and foremost, we should place ourselves in the shoes of the other person. We should think a little, what will happen? He's a 5-year-old boy. If I am not protecting him and if I am just trying to favor my wife, what will happen to my child? He should think before reacting. And like finally how Uttanapada did, all of us, even if we have reacted in haste, even if we have not thought through the process, even if we are hurting someone, we should try to correct the situation as soon as possible before it is too late to revert things. So Uttanapada felt guilty. He wanted to correct himself. And then later when Dhruva came back, he goes and he embraces his son and his son also forgives him. Okay. So this is the summary. So we'll end here and we'll continue. I think we have so much to discuss about Narada and Dhruva. We'll continue this series and we'll have more brainstorming and learning sessions. Okay, we'll end here. Thank you all so much for joining. And as always, I enjoy this class so much because we have so many things to say and we are constantly learning from it. Everyone is okay. On here, one second.
Patarubhyasya kripa sindhubhye Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Preethi Villasini Mataji ki jai. Hey, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you all, kids. Bye bye. We'll meet you next week.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.